Hey folks, this is section 7.2a, the section dealing with ellipses. In a previous video, you've already gone through all of the parts of an ellipse. So what I'd like to do next is work a couple of examples. If you go to number 12, you notice that we are asked to do several things. We are asked to graph, give domain and range, and find the foci, and find the center. So if you take a look at number 12, you'll notice a couple things. First is that it's already set up in our standard form, and there are no H's or K's on top. So the fact that there's no H's or K's on top automatically tells us where our center is. So our center is going to occur at 0, 0. Next, you take a look at the two denominators. I have a 16 and a 36. The larger one is going to be our a squared. So that will tell me if a squared is equal to 36, then that means my a value is 6. My smaller one is my b squared. So if b squared is equal to 16, then that means my b value is going to equal 4. This will tell me then exactly what I need to go ahead and graph this. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go up and down a value of 6. Remember, the reason I know this is because my larger denominator is under the y squared. So when the larger denominator is under the y's, I have a vertical ellipse. So I'm going to go up and down 6 from the center of 0, 0, and I'm going to go right and left 4. Those are my a values and my b values. And then I'm just going to simply draw my ellipse. Now the next thing that you want to look at, because you're asked in the directions to find the foci, you need your c value. So in order to get your c value, the next thing that you're going to do is use that small equation that I gave you along with the two larger equations. Plug in your a's and your b's, solve for c, and you'll have what you need for your c value. So my c squared is 20, so that means that my c value is 2 root 5. Remember that the foci is always c away from the center, so that tells me my center of 0, 0, I'm going to go up a distance of 2 root 5, and I'm going to go down a distance of 2 root 5 to get to my c value, to get to my foci. You don't have to draw these, but you do have to give me the two coordinates. In this particular case, I can write both coordinates as one coordinate. So my x value is 0, and I'm going to go up and down a distance of 2 root 5, so plus or minus 2 root 5. Once I have my graph, I can also get my domain and my range very easily. So my domain is from -4 to +4, and my range is from -6 to +6. Next, if you would go on down in the notes to number 24, it says to find the standard equation. And I've been given some information, and I've already drawn a picture for you. So you'll notice that I've been told that my y-intercepts occur at 0 plus or minus 3, and that I have foci at 0 plus or minus the square root of 3. So I've drawn what I need to. This automatically tells me where my center is, because my center has to be smack dab in the middle of my two focus points. So my center then is going to be at 0, 0 once again. This also gives me two more pieces of information. The y values are also going to be my vertices. So that means that my vertices tied to my a values. So my a value then up 3, down 3 from the center. And my foci, remember, those are always tied to my c values. So my c value is going to be the square root of 3. In order to get my equation, I need my a's, my b's, my h's, and my k's. I already have h and k for the center, and I already have a. The last thing I need to find is my b. So I'm going to use my small equation, and I'm going to plug in a and c. Once I plug in my a and c, solve for my b squared. Now, I do get that b squared is equal to 6, meaning that b is equal to the square root of 6. But in my standard equation, I really only need a b squared, so I'm not going to take that any further. So next, notice that I've got here my x squared and my y squared up on top. I don't have my h and k in there because they're just 0. My larger denominator needs to go underneath the y's because this is a vertical ellipse, the way I know it's a vertical ellipse, first of all, I already drew it and it was vertical. So that tells me that my a value needs to go under my y's. So my a value is 3, so my a squared is going to be 9. And I already found my b squared, which was 6. My b squared, which was 6.